Ready?
Hello and welcome to Rhythm and Pixels, a very special bonus beats episode. We would like to thank everyone who came out to see us at MAGFest just the past weekend. The panel was awesome. It was great meeting all of you, and it was a great time. Thank you so much for coming by. You may have noticed that our episodes now are ad-supported. We're going to be doing this for a little while just to see how it goes, as with this service specifically. If you would like to have access to all of our episodes that are ad-free, then go to our Patreon, patreon.com/rhythmandpixels. Members there at all levels get access to all of our podcasts ad-free. So if that's out of the way, this episode may not be for everybody. We are talking about hardcore techno, Gabber music, really hard, heavy, fast techno beats, super popular, very briefly in the 90s, kind of influenced a bunch of other musical genres in the electronic music genre realm, definitely influenced into video game music. And we're going to hear all of that stuff today. It's kind of a short list, but it's some heavy hitters today, so, get ready for it. So we're going to start off with the track Club Doom, which I think is a bonus track from Doom for the PlayStation, composed by Danny Lewis, aka Technoman. And beginning as we mean to go on, how about a little bit more Technoman, Danny Lewis, alongside Aubrey Hodges for the game Robotron X, again for the Sony PlayStation. This track is Arpeggatron. And now our first step into the Ridge Racer series. We're going to listen to Rotterdam Nation for the Sony PlayStation, composed by Shinji Hosoe. Rotterdam is a reference to Rotterdam Techno, which was one of the first labels that did Gabber or hardcore techno music from Rotterdam label. Very German, very fast, very hard, very Ridge Racer from Shinji Hosoe. Next up, we're going to the Sony PlayStation 2 with Sota Fujimori for the track The Dusk Gathers from the game Contra: Shattered Soldier. Today, we're going to bring things back all the way to the Sega Genesis, to Streets of Rage 3 with Yuzu Koshiro on the track Crazy Train. Hope you enjoy it. Track is from the game Z-Blade, also known as Operation Ragnarok. The track is Valkyrie She Likes. This is the Gabber mix of the final boss. This was in the arcade, composed by Manabu Namiki. Up next is from the game Sonic Lost World, which is actually a remix from Sonic Colors. This is Yellow Drill, composed and remixed by Tomoya Ohtani. That is some classic Gabber. Our next is back to the Ridge Racer series with Ridge Racer 2 for the arcade, composed by Shinji Hosoe. This track is called Dat Dan Day. Now on to the N64 with the game Tetrasphere, composed by Neil Voss. This track is called Phony with a capital P. Right, big ups my hardcore massive. We are on to Sega Touring Car Championship for the Sega Saturn. This is by Ebisu, known as Ebisu Tanuma. The track is called Regen. also going to be from the Sega Saturn. This is from the game called Vatlava. I can't pronounce it. Vatlava. This is the track Happy Hardcore. It's from Motohiro Kawashima and Yuzu Koshiro. This is the hardcore techno power couple of video game music. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this very special episode of Rhythm and Pixels, our look at Gabber music. But this time around, at the very end of the show, I think I'm about done with the heavy hardcore tunes. This is the ending theme to Street Fighter Alpha 2 Gold for the Sega Saturn, as I say goodbye to you all. I mean, so when we go on these conventions and do, I guess, our little tours around to these shows doing our show, it's we kind of run out of time. There's a lot of preparation. There's a lot of traveling involved for us, and so we kind of run out of time. And this is my excuse to sort of do an exploration or a deep dive into some a whole series of games and their music, or maybe even a musical style. So if you have a suggestion about the next kind of bonus beats I'm going to do, send us an email at rhythmandpixels@hotmail.com. Trust me, the next number of episodes are not going to be bonus beats. It's going to be a lot of guests, a lot of fun stuff. Pernell's going to be back in the hot seat again for next week. Trust me. Also, if you want a full track listing of this episode and all of our other episodes, go to rhythmandpixels.com. And if you'd like to support the show, the best thing you can do is tell people about it. Tell them about it. Or go to Patreon, patreon.com/rhythmandpixels. As a member there, at all levels, you get access to all of our episodes ad-free, with no ads on them at all. You also get access to a monthly live-streamed episode where we record live for you, and there's lots of jokes, a lot of visual gags. It's a whole lot of fun. And at the higher tiers, there's cool stuff like t-shirts and mugs and stickers. They're all really, really neat. And we also like to thank all of our members who are at the highest levels at the end of every episode. So thank you very much to Brooke and Corey Clark, brand new Patreon member. Thank you very, very much, Corey. We all really appreciate it. So thank you, Brooke. Thank you, Corey. Thank you, Khalid. Thank you, all three of you, very, very much. We also want to thank the Super Game Station. Thank you to Kristen, GameFan44. Thanks for coming to our show. Thank you to Martyrus, host of the Re-VGM podcast. Thank you to Mike Myers. Thank you, Ulf Person, Fashion8060. Thanks to the Antmaster. Thanks to Brian Pitt, Cameron Warma. Thanks to Carlos, Kung Fu Carlito from the Heroes 3 podcast. Thank you to Chris Weisner, a.k.a. Musashi219. Thanks to Christopher Senstrom, Chuck Kowalski, Davey Cakes, David Taylor, Enchilada Regol, Harold Howard, Triple Jeff. Thank you to Justin Snyder from XVGM Radio. Thanks to Keith Justerman. Thanks to Dr. Michael Bridgewater. Thanks to Rage Cage, host of the VG Emporium podcast. Thank you to Reinhard Silkova. Thanks to Romancing Sagat. Thank you to Sleepy S'more, Steve Miller, Taco, Ed Wilson, host of the VG Embassy podcast, and thank you to Zach Thornbach. All of you, thank you very much, and many, many more for your continued support of our little show. It means a great deal to us, and it really drives us forward to do more, to make better shows, to make more content, and just everything for you guys. So thank you all very, very much for doing that for us. Next week, I don't remember what topic we have, but Purnell's definitely going to be here, and we're going to have a good time. So please check that out. We're also going to have our monthly Patreon at the end of this month of January. It's going to be a lot of fun then, too. That's it. If you have any questions with us, if you have any suggestions, the email is always open. We're always here to listen to you. Thanks so much for listening. Have a great week.